So in this video I'm going to run you through the grid interface for the Geeks toy. The grid interface is probably one of the first pieces of the software that came out in the early days. Much like the site, just a lot faster. Now people probably use the ladder a little bit more, although for specific sports and situations some people prefer it. So what we've got here is much like the Betfair site, it's just a lot faster with some extra features on there. So if I just bring up the Betfair site in comparison, you'll see there's quite a little difference. So we've got we've got a race this afternoon here. You can see you've got the runners, their back odds, their lay odds, and then money outside of the prices. Although we've got the refresh button and all that sort of stuff up here. And if you want to go and play, bet submission, etc. So the difference is the grid is a huge amount faster because obviously it's refreshing at 200 milliseconds, like we said previously on the Market Navigator video. And you can see the bets coming in the market, so you might have seen a couple of yellow flashes there. That's actually bets being matched in the market as we speak, and different percentages changing indicators. So working from the top down, 2:15 at Hexham, 2 miles, 4 furlongs, handicap chase, date, time the race starts, time counting down to the race start. So we've got the countdown timer in the middle. Over on the right we've got the total amount of money matched on the whole market. You can see 10,000 is not a lot. It's obviously later on this afternoon, it's going to be a quiet race. And the little flag just to say that it's in the UK. Number of selections in a race, 11. 104.5% is the back over round. That's the calculation for all the prices on the over round on the back side. On the lay side of the book we've got 95.1. So that's the same calculation there, just for the lay over round. Winners, there's only one winner to this market because it's the win market. And then if you go to the left, you've got the horses and their saddle cloth numbers and their particular silks, that particular runner, much like you get on the site or with any race card on a racing post, whatever it may be. Money outside of the prices, much like the site again, although like I said, it updates as soon as anything changes. Moving into the middle, you've got the two available to trade prices, 4.8, 4.9. And then we'll talk about this column in a moment. This is basically a staking column. Above that, on each runner, you'll see there's a number and a couple of little arrows. Now, what that is, that's a weight of indication indicator, weight of money indicator. Sorry. So 2.7. That's basically saying there's 2.7 times more money on the lay side than there is on the back side here. Now that changes as the money does as well, but you can see it's just a bit of an indicator to say there's more money, sort of heading in this direction than there is in the other. Over to the right of that, you'll see a number which will be the last traded price. So 4.6 was the last traded price, believe it or not, here. And actually there's a value missing. That's probably because it's less than £1. But you can see on the one below, the last traded price was 6.8, and there was £3 traded at 6.8 when it was matched in the market. Further to the right still of that, you've got the total value of money matched on that specific runner. So this morning, well before the race, this is the amount of money matched on that runner is 2,290. To the right of that still, you've got a couple of graph icons. We'll talk about graphs later on in a separate video, but basically if you open up these graph icons, it just gives you the option to have a couple of graphs running on that specific runner to let you know what's going on. And the Betfair graph there you can see as well. You can have several of them open at the same time as well, which is obviously a benefit to the software over the site. So that's in a nutshell basically what the grid interface looks like on first glance. See the little yellow flashes I think I mentioned already, that's money coming into the market. And now we shall head through the options for the grid here, so you can understand a little bit further. First off, you've got closed market, obviously speaks for itself. Show ladder, it's completely separate interface, so we won't talk about that. Add to my markets, if you want to add these markets to a list on your settings for your toy, then so be it. Recent markets, obviously markets that have recently been and gone that you might have been involved in. Next races, again, speaks for itself, much like the Market Navigator, exactly the same for horse racing and the dogs. Hedge entire market. So hedge entire market, what that is got If you've got several bets in the market at different prices, whatever it may be, you can actually hedge up, win or lose across the whole book. You know, it might be like something you need to do quickly and play, whatever. You can actually assign that to hotkeys as well, to make it quicker if you wish to, and that just basically hedges up your position across the book, so it's even on every runner. Sort, you got different ways of sorting the different prices. So at the moment you can see it's selected price because you're going sort of from bottom to top, so the shortest price all the way down to the biggest price. But you can actually change that to whatever you wish as well, with how Betfair have got it sorted alphabetically, the amount of volume matched on that runner, etc. Selections, you can either hide them or show as many as you wish at the top, or have them all on. I've got them all on there because if you've got big enough space on your screen, you may as well use it. Next one, mouse over selection on primary market. So basically what that's saying is a lot of people that use the grid probably use it for things like football or in play, whatever it may be. They might have several markets open at the same time, so might be the case that if they're trading in football, they've got the match odds market open, they've got the unders and overs market open, they've got the correct score market open, all on one screen, all over the place, you know, overlapping each other. So you might be a case of you want it so when you put your cursor over that market, it comes to the top and it becomes the most important to you. So that's all that's saying there on the switch primary market on, and then you can either have mouse over selection or window header click, so you just have to click on the header to bring it to the top. Advanced betting. So this is the interesting one for the grid. Really, you've got the grid staking, grid lay staking. So you can see at the moment in grid staking. That's what we've got down the middle. So you can see all my bets there are £2. So if I place a bet on the back side, it's £2. Place a bet on the lay side, it's £2. If I go to advanced betting and go separate grid lay staking, it gives me two options for each one. So I could say I want to back for £5, but I only want to lay for 2. So then every time you place a back bet it's 5, every time you place a lay it's 2. Pretty simple stuff. Advanced betting, left and right click. Now you probably won't change this, but it gives you a few options to change it or switch it around in different ways if you want. At the moment, as it stands with Betfair reverse, what it means is if you place a bet on the back side and click with your left hand mouse, your primary mouse button, then it will place a back bet. If you click with your secondary mouse button on the right, then it will place the opposing bet at that price, if that makes sense. So if I click with the left, I'm placing a back bet at 4.8. If I click with the right, I'm placing a lay bet at 4.8. So it's always helpful for speed if you're trading in play or whatever it may be. Price click, so you've got bet control or one click. So if we select bet control for now, just to show you, and I place a bet at 4.8, so I'm going to click on there with my left mouse button at 4.8. You might have seen over here on the left it's popped up. This is just like the site, so you place a bet on the site, it says do you want to confirm it, so you go yes if you do and hit the green box. Also you've got the bet persistence there, which if you click on that it gives you K for keep. Obviously this is pre-race, so if it's blank it means it will cancel your bet that's not matched in the market. If you click it once, it gives you K, it means it will keep the bet in the market when the race starts, and if you click it again, it gives you SP, so it means it will take the starting price when the market goes in play. Exactly the same as you would get on the site. However, we don't really want to be using the bet control too often, so we're going to change it to one-click betting, and you'll see the difference is it doesn't ask me for any of that when I place a bet. So if I go down to betting, where we got left click, right click, bet control, there we go. Let's bring that over so we can see.